Hello dear Africa, it's a sunny day here in China, but I feel like taking this video. So my name is Daddy J, and I create, I educate, I entertain, and I inspire. So today I feel like taking this video, like I feel like addressing this issue in my own way, the way I raising it out. So I beg you to watch this video till the end, especially if you are an African and a Pan-Africanist for that matter. Like many people have been saying, France should leave Africa, China should leave Africa, Africa needs to be independent, we need to start doing things for ourselves. But then, have you tried to sit and like frame this particular word independence by your own self and reason it out? So before I get into this, I want to tell you a story. Like, one father had three children. The first child was about 20 years old, the second being 17 years old, and the third was about 10 years old. Now, as they were living at home, this father discovered that one day the second child, who was 17 years old, went out. He saw a textbook and bought it for himself. The other day he went out, he saw a shoe, he bought it for himself. And this is what the first child of 20 years has never done for himself. So this child, or this father, was there watching at these two children. The other day, the second child slept outside. The father didn't shout at him. Now, the second child kept on doing things for himself. Sometimes when he go out, he buys some things for the family, he brought it back home. But this first child of 20 years has never brought anything home, like for himself or to help the family in any way. Now, there was a day that this first child slept outside. When he came back, the father shouted at him like he was so mad. Why did you sleep outside and stuff like that? Now, ask yourself a question, why he never shouted at this child who was 17 years old, but he shouted at this child who was 20 years old. This is because he has realized that the second child who was 17 years old, can take proper care of himself. He can buy shoes for himself, he can buy books for himself, like he does things for himself. And this first child of 20 years cannot do this thing for himself. And this is called independence. Like, this second child is showing an aspect of independence in him. Like, he can handle some certain kinds of issue for himself. So what am I trying to say? If Africa wants to be independent, if Africa wants to be united and can take care of themselves, then Africa needs to start doing things for themselves. France has been our major colonial master for a long period of time. China has been ruling us in an economic way that we cannot understand, and some understand but they don't know how to go about it. But believe me or not, if you want to be independent, Africa wants to be independent, then we need to start doing things for ourselves, especially our diasporans. The diaspora needs to go back home, build houses, open business, construct roads and stuff, so that even our perpetrator or our colonial masters are gonna see that these people can now take care of themselves. These people are now in charge of their things. They can now take care of their responsibility. If you start doing things for yourself, your perpetrator is gonna be afraid of you. Your perpetrator is gonna sit and say, wow, so this person is capable of doing this. But if you just sit like that, keep looking at things, keep looking at colonial masters, depending on them for everything, then they will never let you go. Like, they will see that if we leave this child, he's gonna be frustrated. If we leave this child, this is what is gonna happen to him. I don't know if you get my point. Like, I just feel like addressing this issue today. So we need to start doing things for ourselves. Take for instance, if I go to my village today, I open my farm, I open my business, I take charge of my things, I have food for myself, I make income for myself. Why should I be dependent on the government? I can make things happen for myself. So this is called independence. Independence is in the mindset. Independence is just a territorial boundary that is governed by a mindset. So we need to start doing things for ourselves. If we don't do things for ourselves, then others will do things for us. Now take for instance your own personal life. If you depend, you want something, you want an airtime, you call your mother, mommy please send me airtime. You want the clothes, you say mommy please send me this. You want this, your mother is gonna look at you like a dependent child, and your mother is gonna, so but if your mother discovered that you can handle all these things by yourself, then she herself will give you the maximum respect that you deserve. She'll give you the maximum respect that you need. So we need to start looking at these things and taking them into consideration. We don't need to keep on complaining. Don't say France leave us, China leave us, blah. No, do the things by yourself. If you keep on preaching every day that they should leave you, they will never leave you. They will never leave you. But take charge, take possession. If you take charge, you take possession of everything, they will be afraid. They will genuinely leave you without even you informing them. So this is what we need to start doing as Africans. We need to construct our businesses. Don't stand and say, I want to invest in overseas, I want to invest this way. No. Invest in Africa. Go back home. Lead the way, let others follow. Like, we need to take charge. We need to take charge. This thing is pissing me off. Like, we have been preaching every day, leave us, leave us. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. We have to take charge now. Every youth that is growing up, and you, this is your responsibility. Youths need to take charge. If you don't do this, then Africa is gonna be bad. Not for you. The people up there today, they're gonna die. They're gonna leave it for you. And if you don't change it, then you're killing your own self. So we need to start changing this perspective of leave us, leave us. No. Like I have an anger in me when I'm saying this. We need to start invest. We need to create things for ourselves. Like, oh my God. So guys, I just felt like making this video today, and I speak about China because I live in China. I speak about Africa because I'm an African. And I speak about my life because it's my life. So if you want to follow more of my video, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, that DJ The One, so that you're not gonna miss any video. No Pan-Africanist should leave this forum without subscribing to this channel, because I'm gonna be giving you more tips on how we can grow our own country, Africa. I call it a country, I don't call it a continent, because we are one. They made us to hate ourselves. They made us to believe that we are different people. That's not who we are. Okay, take for instance, I'm in China today, and every African in China is my brother. Yeah. Like, if you see an African, you're happy. You've seen somebody you're familiar with, somebody you can communicate with. Like, in fact, the Chinese believe that Africa is a country. If you start saying I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Cameroon, I'm from Ghana, no, they don't. When they just see you, they just say Tashife Jore. That means he's an African. That means we have this specific identity that they can identify us. And what is our identity? It's Africa. So we don't need to split apart. We need to come together. We join. We build our own country. We make it great, comfortable for us to live there. If Africa was as comfortable as it was supposed to be, then most of us would have not been traveling abroad for studies, would have not been traveling for hustling, would have studied in our own country, would have hustled in our own country, and do many things in our own country. You got it? So we need to take charge of our own self. We need to take our responsibility. I challenge everyone to identify your own responsibility and start taking charge of it, like right now. Let's make Africa great again. Once again, my name is DJ, and I'm gonna be back again with another video. Shalom. God bless Africa.